Then comes the familiar phase of coding. You know what happens here. Why a separate phase for testing, you might ask? You would ask this particularly if you were a responsible coder who made sure your programs were reasonably idiot-proof before you gave them in. When we test what we code ourselves, we usually make two mistakes. Firstly, we aren't critical enough. We test to prove the absence of bugs rather than their presence. Secondly, testing involves checking that what you built is actually what the customer wanted, something that we tend to forget when we test what we have ourselves painstakingly coded. In other words, you need to have someone else test what you have coded, not only to ensure that you built it right, but also to ensure that you built the right thing.
The year 2000 problem has sent shivers down many a corporate spine. Our customer, a large apparel store chain in the United States, was no exception. As part of a pilot project, we were given a bunch of around 160 programs. Programmers sitting offshore wrote test plans for these programs based on program specifications. Unfortunately, a programmer introduced a bug in the program and did not enter the details into the modification log. Since the test plans were based on the program specifications, they didn't take into account this fact either, and the bug went unnoticed. Trouble surfaced well after installation. The program that was supposed to produce a report of the database did not access the database at all. To say that we lost face was an understatement. Today we take test planning more seriously. Test plans are written and reviewed at the customer site. We have subsequently handled a critical system covering around 800 programs for the same customer. There have been no problems whatsoever, and the customer is absolutely delighted.